Okay, good evening everyone. Let me discuss to you my discussions on liabilities up to notes payable. So, I will not anymore define what a liabilities is or liabilities are. Pero for the purpose na lang of discussion, I will define it. Generally, liabilities are present obligation to transfer economic resource, okay, resulting to past event. And the present obligation here to transfer economic resource is for the purpose of settling that obligation. Now, okay, liabilities can be divided into two as to its presentation. We have the current liabilities and non-current liabilities. Pag sinabi po natin current liabilities, these are liabilities that are related to trading. That's number one characteristic. Pangalawa, these are liabilities that can be settled within the normal operating cycle of the entity. And take note that the normal operating cycle of the entity will depend on the kind of industry or circumstances surrounding to the entity. Or sometimes naman, um, it is considered current when the settlement is within 12 months. Within 12 months, no? Within 12 months. Yung pang-apat is bago ito, wherein there is no right to defer the settlement. That is considered current liability. Kung no right to defer settlement. If those characteristics are not present, okay, on that particular liability, well, we can consider or conclude that that liability is a non-current liability. Now, if we talk about naman as to its kind of obligation or where that obligation came from, we can classify it into two: financial liability and non-financial liabilities. Yung financial liabilities, these are liabilities arising from a contractual obligation. Okay, a contractual obligation. You know, contractual obligation existed because of a contractual provisions between two parties. Okay, if it is not within the, it is if it is not arising from a contractual obligation, well, probably that would be a non-financial liability. Okay, how about on recognition principle? No, if it is a financial liability, a financial liability is recognized when the the entity is a party of a contractual provisions, no? Meaning, if they are part of a contract, the entity may recognize any financial liability that may arise to that contract. While if it is a non-financial liability, okay, we recognize that non-financial liability upon incurrence of the liability. Okay, kasi sometimes when we incur expense, okay, there is a counterpart of a liability kasi ito ay nag-exist because of a legal obligation. How about on measurement? Well, if we are talking about financial liabilities, guys, the initial measurement of the financial liability is the fair value less transaction cost. Ano itong mga fair value na ito? Usually yung fair value na to, okay, can be based on the following order of priority. If there is an active market quotation on that kind of financial liability, the active market quotation is the basis of our fair value. If in case wala pong active market quotation, we will use the present value of future payments of the principal and interest on that particular financial liability as our fair value. Ano naman itong mga transaction cost? Pag sinabi po nating transaction cost, this refers to the directly attributable cost in the acquisition, issuance, and disposal of that particular liability. So, any cost incurred so that you can able to have that financial liability or upon disposal of that liability, okay, 'di ba? You need to deduct it from the fair value identified. Okay? That's our initial measurement for financial liabilities. How about its subsequent measurement? Subsequent measurement, in general rule, it must be at its amortized cost. Pag sinabi pong amortized cost, it is the initial measurement less any payments made in that particular financial liability. How about if it is a non-financial liability? Pag non-financial liability po, ang initial measurement po natin at subsequent measurement ay pareho lang. It can be based on the best estimate or amount, determined by the entity, and or if there is a measurement required provided by financial reporting standard, yun po yung gagamitin natin. Whether it's initial measurement or subsequent measurement for non-financial liability. Now, let's talk about naman yung mga accounts that can be included in the trading and other payable line item, diba? So, the trading and other payable line item includes generally and most commonly itong mga accounts payable and notes payable related to trading. And those not related to trading but they are considered current will be form part as other payables. Okay? Pero sometimes there are entities that they solely include only yung mga trading liabilities on the line item trading payables. Pero pag yung line item sinabing trading payables and trading and other payables, yung other liabilities na short-term liabilities, okay, even if it is not directly related to trading, as long as it is current, they form part or they are included as part of the trading and other payable line item. So, let's focus ourselves muna on accounts payable. Ano po ba yung accounts payable? Well, these are liabilities or obligations that are not evidenced by any promissory note. Okay. Usually, yung mga payables na trading natin, trading payables are connected to inventory account. So, take note guys most commonly yung ating trading accounts payable related ito sa purchases, purchase returns, and purchase discount natin. Okay? Kasi once you enter into subject na intermediate accounting for, particularly on constructing the account, if binigyan po kayo ng account na purchases, purchase discounts, and purchase returns, possible, you will immediately conclude that there is a relationship of these accounts to the accounts payable. Diba? That's your first conclusion. But that conclusion is not absolute. Anyway, that's a different topic to discuss. Okay? Now, ano yung dapat nating pag-aralan ng accounts payable? Well, alam naman natin kung ano yung initial measurement at subsequent measurement, yun pa rin. Fair value less transaction cost. Kasi accounts payable are financial liabilities. And then, yung subsequent measurement nito is amortized cost. Yung magiging concern na lang po natin is yung mga inventory-related transaction nito. Particularly on the discounts. Kasi itong mga discounts na to will affect the accounts payable. So, if you were able to master the discount methods under inventory, well, you will observe that these transactions has an effect to the accounts payable na account natin. At the same time, yung mga inventory system natin, di ba? Kasi yung mga inventory system method natin, sometimes meron din po siyang effect on the recording of accounts payable. So, please recall the inventory methods, the perpetual and periodic inventory system. Diba? Kasi this has an effect also on the recording of accounts payable. Ito naman yung gusto kong i-recall ninyo. Kasi itong mga freight on board natin, okay, freight on board na terms, has an effect on the recognition of the accounts payable in our statement of financial position. Take note pag FOB shipping point, the buyer of that inventory becomes the owner of that inventory at the point of shipment. Meaning, kung papasok na siya or nandun na siya sa pier, nandun na sa loob ng barko, yung inventory being acquired on account, ibig sabihin, as buyer on FOB shipping point, you are already having a liability if it is on an account. So, kung FOB shipping point yon, i-recognize mo nang may liability ka na, accounts payable yon. Pero kung FOB destination yan, di ba? You became the owner, or you became the owner, I mean, of the particular inventory if it arrives in its destination. Kung nandyan na yan sa'yo. Okay? So, if hindi pa darating, you will never recognize, or you will not recognize yet the liability, because the inventory is not, it's not yours pa kasi FOB destination. Ito yung mga most common transactions that may affect on the recording and measuring, particularly in subsequent measurement of the accounts payable. Now, how about notes payable? Sa notes payable naman, ito, no? Same pa rin. We will focus on the fair value less transaction cost. Pero yung problema lang dito, ano po ba yung fair value? Pag short term ito, short term liability ito, short term notes payable ito. Yung initial measurement po natin is the face amount. Take note pag short term notes payable ito. Pag short term, pag sinabi natin notes payable na short term, these are notes payable to be settled not exceeding 12 months. So, if it will not exceed 12 months yung sinasabi po nating, what we call this, settlement, short term yan. And then, obviously, our initial measurement is at its face amount. Kung ano nakikita natin sa face ng promissory note, whether it's non-interest bearing or interest bearing. In subsequent measurement and related to the short-term notes payable, yung measurement din natin is face amount. Pero yung face amount na tinutukoy ko dito, kung may binayaran na, ibawas na. Amortized cost. Amortized cost na siya. May mga bawas na sa bayad. Okay? Pero kung long-term notes payable ito yung mahirap. Hindi naman siya mahirap, kundi komplikado lang dahil isa-segregate natin ito, no? Pag long-term notes payable ito, okay, these are payable beyond 12 months, okay, it means that we need to identify whether the notes payable is an interest-bearing note or non-interest-bearing note. Okay? Let us focus muna ourselves on the interest-bearing note na long-term. Pag interest-bearing note ito, meaning itong loan na to or utang na notes, I mean, there is a nominated or stated interest rate. Pag sinabing nominated or stated rate or nominal rate, naka-indicate siya sa promissory note na may interest siyang babayaran. Okay? So, kung may nominated or stated interest rate indicated in the promissory note at long-term ito, kailangan mong munang i-check whether the stated rate or nominal rate is equal to the effective rate. Ano naman po yung effective rate? Other term for effective rate is yield rate or discount rate. Okay? Most manifestations of effective interest rates, these are rates in the market. Interest rate in the market. So, pag sinabi na, umutang ka ng 10 million, yung 10 million na utang mo to, kung iutangin mo to sa labas, within the market, within the common industry, di ba? 12% ito, meaning, yung 12% kung ano yung majority sa lahat in the market, yun yung effective rate. Okay, now. So, let us talk about na there, no? Kasi may significance ito sa effective rate sa nominal rate na meron tayo or stated rate. Kasi pag magkapareho si effective rate at si nominal rate, yung interest-bearing note po natin, okay, na long term, yung initial measurement po natin is face amount lang. Okay, take note. Pag si effective rate at si stated rate ay mag-equal, pareho, meaning sa market 10%, sa stated rate sa promissory note nyo, 10%, pareho lang, face amount lang po yung initial measurement natin. Pag subsequent measurement naman, face amount din. Pero, ibawas natin kung ano yung mga binayaran na. Okay? Bawas natin kung ano mga binayaran na. Pero kung interest bearing ito, and then, hindi magtutugma. Okay? Si effective rate at si nominal rate hindi pareho. Pag hindi magkapareho, yung initial measurement natin is present value of future principal payments and interest payments. Okay? The present value 'yon. Okay? And then pag hindi pa magtugma, may conclusion ka na agad na possible may premium and discount ito. Yung note payable natin. Take note, may discount pag mas mataas ang effective rate kaysa sa nominal rate. Kung mas mataas naman si nominal rate kaysa sa effective rate, possible may discount ito. At ito yung i-amortize natin, si discount at si premium. Okay? Kaya nga, subsequent measurement natin, magkakaroon tayo ng amortization on the discount and premium using the effective interest method of amortization. Okay? Kasi yung subsequent measurement natin, pag hindi nagkakapareho, si effective rate at si nominal rate, amortized cost po yung subsequent measurement natin. Pag non-interest bearing note naman ito, long term, di ba? Present value po yung initial measurement natin. Kasi generally, wala pong interest. Pero, pag itong inutang natin, ilagay natin sa market, or if compare natin sa market, sasabihin mo, parang may interest naman ito, ganun. 10 million inutang ko sa bangkong ito, pero walang interest. Pero nung nakita ko sa ibang banks, ganito ring amount, ganito ring yung structure, may interest siya. So, may effective rate siya in the market. So, substance over form will apply. Kaya, even if it's non-interest bearing, we need to determine the present value so that we can extract from the principal kung magkano ba yung embedded na interest na talaga. Kaya, pag non-interest bearing, yung initial measurement natin is automatic yung present value. At automatic may discount yan. Kasi, walang interest pero may interest sa market. May effective rate siya. And then, yung subsequent measurement naman niya is amortized cost. Which is, pag amortize po ng discount po natin, gagamitin pa rin po natin yung effective interest method. So, yun lang po yung discussion ko in relation to accounts payable, notes payable, and then at the same time, kung ano po yung liabilities. Marami pong salamat and see you on next meeting. Bye!